The 2015 BMW M4 Coupe M Performance Edition. Ever since the BMW M4 broke into the scene back in 2014, Bavaria's resident sports coupe has received numerous iterations and special edition treatments. In just over a year, versions like the M4 GTS, M4 Coupe Individual, and M4 Pyrite Brown Edition have all taken center stage at various points in time. Now, BMW Japan is adding two more special edition versions of the M4 into the mix, one of which is called the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition. Taking its cues from a handful of other special edition M4s released before it, the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition comes with a bevy of upgrades to the exterior and interior, although most of it can be found on the body of the sports coupe. Oddly enough, the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition doesn't have any performance upgrades, although some of the new components on the exterior of the M4 can be described as performance-enhancing. Another downside to this special edition M4 is its availability. BMW's only making this available in Japan, so unless you live in the land of the rising sun, you're not going to get access to buying any of the 17 units BMW is building of the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition. Continue reading to learn more about the BMW M4 Performance Edition. Exterior. Most of the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition's exclusive upgrades can be found in the exterior of the sports coupe. Up front, the M4 gets a nice and fancy black Cadoni grille and a carbon front splitter. Move to the side and you'll notice the carbon mirror covers and the high-gloss black side grille. Finally, the rear section received a subtle rear trunk spoiler and a carbon diffuser. These modifications aren't just meant to give the M4 cosmetic upgrades. Add-ons like the front splitter, rear diffuser, and rear trunk spoiler all help improve the car's aerodynamic efficiency. Interior. For the most part, it's a standard M Coupe cabin. The only noticeable upgrades to the interior of this Japan-exclusive, limited edition M4 Coupe is the addition of an Alcantara sports steering wheel, a stainless steel pedal set, and a carbon fiber trim with black chrome highlights. Drivetrain. No performance modifications were given to the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition. Customers can still expect to see the coupe's standard 3.0-liter, turbocharged inline-6 engine that pumps out 425 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Power is sent to the two rear wheels courtesy of a standard 6-speed manual transmission, although there is an option to upgrade to the more responsive 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. BMW's high-strung inline-6 engine is a worthy successor to the old 4.0-liter V8 as it is capable of sprinting from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.1 seconds with the standard manual gearbox. Take that away and use the MDCT instead and that sprint time drops 0.2 of a second to just 3.9 seconds. That said, the sports coupe's top speed is still limited to just 155 miles per hour with either transmission setup. Prices. Only 17 units of the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition will be made available, all of which are earmarked for the Japanese market. Yes, the US is going to be left out of this special edition M4. Customers in Japan can buy the sports coupe for 12.069 million yen, which is about $100,850 based on current exchange rates. That's a sharp price increase from the $64,500 starting price of the M4, but that extra cost could be attributed to all the add-ons on the car, not to mention the duties and taxes over there in Japan. Buyers should also be aware that potential customers will have to pay a recycling fee, as per the country's automobile recycling law. Competition. Mercedes C63 AMG Coupe. Back when the BMW M4 was still the M3 Coupe, it was already rivals with the Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Coupe. The name may have changed, but the drawn-out lines between the BMW Coupe and its Mercedes counterpart are still there. Mercedes recently put the pressure on BMW with the release of the 2016 C63 AMG. The new Mercedes Performance Coupe looks every bit a Mercedes than it ever has. It takes the aggressive design cues of the sedan version and translates it very well into a coupe body. On the performance end, the 2016 C63 AMG still uses the same 4.0-liter V8 engine found in the sedan version and the AMG GT. In fact, the C63 AMG and the Lexus Rcf are the last two V8 holdouts of the segment, since the M4 Coupe has already downsized to a turbocharged inline-six. The Mercs V8 is capable of producing 469 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, numbers that are superior to that of the M4 Coupe. As if that's not enough, the C63 AMG also has an S model with output numbers of 503 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. The M4 has a lot of catching up to do in that regard. Fortunately for the M4, that advantage in power doesn't translate on the road as evidently as Mercedes would like. That's because the C63 AMG can sprint from 0 to 60 mph in 3.9 seconds, the exact same time it takes the M4 with the MDCT transmission to do the same thing. Likewise, the C63 AMG is governed to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. These numbers might mean that this particular category is a wash, but the 2016 C63 AMG still has the benefit of being a newer model than the M4. Pricing for the new C63 AMG has yet to be announced, but it is expected to be a little over $70,000. Meanwhile, the current C63 AMG starts at $65,625. Read more about the Mercedes C63 AMG Coupe here. Lexus Rcf. The Lexus Rcf is a relatively new entrant into the sports coupe segment, arriving only in time for the 2015 model year. But don't mistake its rookie status as a disadvantage. In short order, the Rcf has already established itself a true contender in the segment. Other people may not be in favor of the Rcf's design, but I'm firmly entrenched in the category of those who love the car's quirky aggressiveness. The headlight setup, in particular, is unique and draws inspiration from the LF, a supercar. Under its hood, the Rcf makes use of a 5.0-liter V8 engine, which is the biggest mill among the contenders of this segment. The engine size translates to an output of 467 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque, numbers that are also higher than the M4's own performance output. Power is also sent to the two rear wheels courtesy of an Aisin-sourced 8-speed automatic transmission. Despite the massive engine and impressive output, the Rcf is at a decided disadvantage for being heavier than any of its rivals. In fact, it actually weighs just as much as the GSF, Lexus offering against the BMW M5. The good news is that the Rcf isn't bound by an electronically limited top speed, allowing it to achieve a top speed of 175 miles per hour. Pricing for the Lexus Rcf starts at $63,400. Read more about the Lexus Rcf here. Conclusion. I've always been a fan of BMW's ability to create useful programs for its cars without the final product looking out of whack. The M4 Coupe M Performance Edition is a good example of this. Looking at the list of modifications isn't going to blow you away or even raise your eyebrows. But if you see what these new components can do other than look good on the M4, you'll realize that the reasons behind BMW's decision to include them in this program. The front splitter, rear diffuser, and rear trunk spoiler are all useful components that will improve the car's driving dynamics, albeit in ways that some people might not even notice. Overall, the M4 Coupe M Performance Edition is a nice addition to the growing list of exclusive M4s populating the world. My only two issues are its price and its availability. Other than that, nice job, BMW. Love its subtle aerodynamic upgrades should improve the coupe's driving character. Alcantara Sports steering wheel is a nice luxury touch, exclusive status. Leave it really expensive, available in limited quantities, only available in Japan.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.